Hello everyone, my name is Robert Leonardo, reporting for Module 8, Section B. I'm going to report in positioning and promotions as part of success and sustainability of social marketing and social mobilization programs. I'll be sharing with you tips and tricks on managing these programs. First and foremost, let's discuss positioning. According to Philip Kotler, it is the act of designing the organization's actual and perceived offering that it lands on and occupies a distinctive place in the mind of the target market. Some call it brand image, some associate it with branding. More importantly, it is intermingled with a differentiator, something that makes a product or brand different from its competition. It is also identified closely with a unique value proposition. Is like an elevator pitch, a short statement that describes what your product offers, condensed in the best and most concise way in order to understand your product. Think of it this way, like how the term elevator pitch came about. If I have 2 minutes with you while we are in the elevator, how can I convince you to buy my product? That's how positioning should come about, how a product or brand should come quick into the mind of the consumer. What comes to your mind when you see or hear these logos? For example, let's talk about SM logo. Maybe we think about a mall, a convenient, cool location where you can stroll and forget about the heat of the weather and where you can buy or find everything you need. For Jollibee, for example, maybe your ultimate fast food chain with a burger that can feed you any time of the day. And it reminds you about your personal experience. Maybe during childhood, you remember this product or this store as a place to go to with your family or where you celebrated your birthday, for example. What you think or feel about these brands and their products is part and parcel of what positioning is. Social marketing, I can give examples of the old Department of Health campaigns that use the slogan, "Let's do it." Back in the 90s, this helped promote DOH's campaign on anti-smoking, family planning, and vaccination. DOH used this slogan to convince people to participate in its campaigns, and its popularity helped uplift the agency's image as a real government service amidst distrust in the public sector. Another example is Singapore's Ministry of Health campaigns during COVID times. Notice that by using taglines and slogans such as "I got my shot" and "vaccination," the agency builds trust and confidence to convince people to go for vaccination. Such effort looks easier said than done. As a government agency or as government agencies that deal with people's health directly, it is very crucial for these health agencies to build trust and confidence in the people, which in the end will affect the whole community. By positioning themselves as trustworthy servants of the public, they gain the public's support and trust. Is positioning in a commercial marketing similar to social marketing? Maybe in principle they are the same because they have the same ingredients, a value proposition, and a focus. So is there any difference? The answer might be similar to the difference between commercial marketing and social marketing. In the former, we refer to categories that have tangible products or services, but in the latter, we're referring to intangibles like good health, protection of the environment, and where value proposition is related to behavior or attitudes. Before we try to develop positioning statement, let's try to identify first who we are targeting and what are the things that we need to include in the product or service we want to deliver. Who are we developing the positioning for? What is our target audience? What is their demographic profile? Male, female, children, Teenagers, adults, seniors, where do they live? Which part of the country do they live? What are their likes, dislikes, lifestyle? Are they rich, middle class, poor? Now let's ask the what. What do they need? What are the things that prevent them from achieving these needs? What are the benefits? Is there anything that will motivate them to change behavior? Who are the competitors here? Remember that as we are talking about social marketing context, we are talking about change of behavior, social change, and social mobilization. All these combined or intertwined or integrated comes out in what we call in marketing as the customer or consumer persona. This persona described who this person is, his age, his hobbies, his likes, his lifestyle, and so on. A persona gives one a quick view or concept of who the target is in a short descriptive statement. This combination also identifies the consumer's pain points. The things need to be addressed. Marketers use these so-called pain points to be able to capture the target based on what they want so badly. They will find a way to get it. Let's talk about the different types of positioning to help us identify more clearly how we want to get about or to go about crafting our positioning statement. The first is barrier focused. What we aim to do in this kind of positioning is to help minimize, if not overcome, perceived barriers. It focuses on addressing such obstacles as it may seem as this is the one really preventing them from choosing our offer, such as a concern for efficacy, fear, or apprehensions or perceived high costs. How about benefit focused positioning? This is more straightforward as it deals with the actual benefits as the product offering. It also provides incentives in whatever form that will the product will offer. Nowadays, this can come in handy with mobile apps, counting one's accomplishments, and give you rewards in the form of cash, tokens, or vouchers. This can be an interesting offer as a benefit-focused positioning. Now let's talk about competition-focused positioning. This comes in different combinations between the product and its competition. This is actually weighing in both the product and its competition and highlighting on what advantage we have. One is benefit to benefit. Speaking of values, we compare our offer versus the competition. Using the example of breaking smoking habit, what benefit it gives us is having a greater time with family because we have clean air, we are healthy, and we have more time for our family, vis-a-vis smoking, whose benefit is enjoying smoking itself. Another option is cost to benefit, where decreased cost barrier and the decreased interest in the perceived benefit of competition, when put together, makes a great combination and power to persuade. An example of that is when the non-smoking side, success stories inspire giving up smoking, therefore you have less barrier and on the other side, on the smoking side, less interest is there is less interest in smoking due to the bad air at home, and therefore this combination can be can persuade people or our target to change. Benefit to cost is comparing benefits of desired behavior against the cost of competing behavior. Using the same change behavior example on breaking the smoking habit, we can highlight here that athletes perform better if they don't smoke compared to those who smoke and therefore become less competitive. Cost-to-cost tactic is focused on the favored comparison of costs of the desired good behavior compared to those of competition. One big example is if you choose to stop smoking, it will cost you withdrawal, but only initially, maybe for the short term. Meanwhile, for the smoker, you have to contend with living eventually with a respiratory or any related condition, maybe for the rest of your life.